Okay, guys. Let me make sure the stream is going up live. And make sure everything is being sent properly. Okay, it is. First off, guys, I know it's been a long while since the last time I have uploaded anything on my channel. I want to apologize for that. There's just way so much stuff that's been going on. Reason why. Today, I'm playing Black Desert. Never played Black Desert. Fun game. Worth the buy if you ask me. And I will be heading, and a new character will be being released very soon. And while I already have a spot made for her and everything like that, I want to go ahead and get a few of the more fun stuff done. And before me and my friend, who will be recording this, will be going off and probably doing a full playthrough of stuff like inventory slots and stuff like that. He wants to do some of that today, again, some inventory slots and everything like that. I may join him, may stay on my own. We're gonna party up as soon as he gets on ready to play and everything. You probably will experience some lag with this game. It's really finicky when it comes in there. I don't know why. It's been like that very recently. Planning to do with that new update. That being said, if y'all experience bufferings and all that, I'm sorry about that. Now let's go ahead, get this started so I can continue talking, because my first thing is quite a while away. Okay, so I can't do it. Right, I'm gonna go ahead and start heading. Of course I would do that. And while I'm heading there, before I join up with my friend and all that, I'll be explaining a few of the things. Alright, one, Black Desert is a heavy MMO game. That has a lot of different concepts and all that. Now, to the ones who are experiencing it, I'm level 49 for my character. My character will not be leveling up level 50 just yet. I have some plans for him that I'm going to be doing off screen in my own personal time, because I know y'all don't want to watch that. Mainly, I want to see if I can't grind out some skill points and see if I can't get all my skills before I turn level 50. More or less doing this not because it's hard to get skill points or anything like that, just because I personally want to see if it can be done and the kind of character that I can play as. As some of y'all know, I'm playing as the ninja. Dazal Gould is my character's name. If you want to find him, and if you look up next to the map, you can even see what they are. So feel free to join us, and that's also part of the reason I'm not level 50 yet, because once you become level 50 and higher, you can attack other players online. Now, as you see, I have spent a little bit of money because I have a griffin following me, which, speaking of which, I need to make sure it's food. Okay, now this game is not for everybody. It does have some heavy grind aspects to it. It can be really boring at times, I won't lie, grinding some of the stuff, but there's also a lot of fun aspects and stuff like that too as well, if you personally ask me. But like I said, there's some of the contribution points I want to get grinded out before a new character comes out, and just some other stuff so I can do a little AFK training. But let's go ahead and pull this up so I can show you what I'm working on. The main things I'm working on for this character, because this character will eventually become my war character. Okay, I'm working on my health, okay, which you can increase by, as it says, eating food. Okay, which 1 minute from now I'll be able to eat food, which gives me gathering speed. Okay, gathering, okay, level. Processing, kind of not. Depends on how I feel whether or not I'll be processing the stuff. I process it, some things I can get more money processing, some things I can't. And hunting. Now, I'm doing this for a majority of reasons. One, if I get my house fame level up, which is kind of an important part, but I think beginners what you have to worry about. When your house fame is a certain level, you get X amount of money every time, or every day, whether you're logged in or not. So it gives me, if I have a lot of house fame, and your house fame is based off of all your characters, not just your one. So, based off the levels of them, the stats of them and all that, the higher those stats are, the higher your house fame. Higher your house fame, more money you get. So it gives you, I've seen people who get up to 1 million per day, which million in this game, technically it's not a big thing, but it's enough to make me kind of want to increase that. Now I'm also doing some hunting quests because again I want to get my hunting level up for that, but I also want to get my contribution points up. Okay, and I'll explain more of this as it comes along, stuff like that, and my friend Kitsune will be more than happy to explain some of it as well to some of the other people. And we'll go more in depth into like beginner playthroughs and the kind of things we recommend when we play our playthrough. Now, I'm going to be talking to him about how we want to play that playthrough, because I think we are going to have different ideas of what to do on that, and that can vary. So let me unmute. He's not back into the call yet. He had to restart his computer, but okay, that glitched. I think I actually have the same ability activated. Try. Anyway, perfect game though. Because this is more of his game than it is mine. But but I want to talk to him, and I have some ideas for our playthrough, and whether or not he's gonna go along with them, I don't know. But we will be talking about that and getting ready for that. Now, some of y'all may be asking, why are you streaming this? Why didn't you just continue waiting until then? The reason is, I just started feeling like streaming again. I missed it. I missed the feel of talking to you guys, engaging with you guys. Now I do have my computer screen, my thing turned down right now to help keep some of the lag stream and stuff like that, because you know I don't have the best of internet in the world. And Kitsune, welcome back. I'm not sure if he's connected to the call fully or not. Kitsune, can you hear me?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Well, when I first said your name, you didn't answer, so I wanted to make sure.
Well, I just now joined.
Okay. Yeah, it said you joined a little bit before you actually joined, I guess.
Well, it was kind of taking a second to actually, like, show me that it was loaded, so whatever.
That's fine. Okay, now, Kitsune. I was just talking to my stream about this a little bit. I got the question, why didn't I just wait until a new character release and stuff like that. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what our plans are for the new character. I wouldn't mind doing because I don't know if they're releasing 1 or 2, for sure on this first update. If you personally ask me, I have a feeling they're gonna release one now, and just like they did with this character, release it so you can make your character and have the slot open for it, but not be playable until another week passes. But I could be wrong about that. So what I think our plan is if they release both the new characters now, one of us plays as one, and the other one plays as the other one. I don't care which one you want to play as, and all that. I'll play as the other one. I'm gonna make both of those characters eventually anyway. But my question to you is, would you like to do a full story-based playthrough with me with those characters and keeping us within the same general levels, like keeping us within 10 levels? Like we originally planned on doing with new characters, but never really got around to just because none of us really had the character slots for it.
Does gear matter?
No. Gear does not matter. The only thing that will affect it, and let me double check something real quick, just because it's my own personal. Okay, sorry guys, I wanted to make sure y'all were hearing me. For some reason, I was feeling like my voice wasn't going through stream, so I wanted to double check that. Anyway, no, the only thing is that we stay within roughly the same level. Party level eyes, you know, 10 and everything like that. And I'm on Black Desert. I'm on our normal server. Feel free to party up with me when you get on. But I am going to go do my hunting quest so I can get my contribution points so I can go do my node.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to explain a lot to y'all on this episode, guys, or even tomorrow's episode if I record tomorrow or live stream tomorrow. My goal right now, live streaming wise, is at minimum 1 a week. We'll see how well I keep up with that. But I'm gonna probably end up recording like I used to, where it was one a day. We shall see. Whether the stream fails or succeeds, I never really cared. But that being said, I'm not going to explain a lot of like the basics and stuff like that, and a lot of what I'm doing in this particular episode for the most part, because I'm waiting for the new character to come out so we can play it from the beginning. And I'm sure Kitsune kind of wants to do the same, because he's probably going to record as well when he does this. He's not recording right now. So that we can go through it with you guys and kind of show y'all, like, from the ropes, kind of some of the stuff that you may want to keep in mind while doing it, some of the pointers that we can give. I'm personally no pro. Like, I'm pretty well just, I'm still learning the basics and stuff like that. Ooh, yay, my deer meat sold. But that being said, I'm no, idiot either when it comes to games like this. So take my advice with a grain of salt, but, Kitsune, on the other hand, he's a little bit more into the game than I am and played a lot more than I have. So take his advice over mine most of the time. There's some things I disagree with him on, and it's just like any RPG, MMO. Play your play style. Don't play like anybody else. Play your play style. Feel free to build a character like somebody else. Like this ninja is going to end up being built like another character's ninja. But for right now, it's his own guy. There's our Gould, the white ghost. Good on you if you get that reference.
I still don't.
You don't, but I know there's at least 1% of my audience who gets that reference. I hope. The Gould part is what gives it away more than anything else, I think.
So much uncertainty.
Alright. Now, this is something I find really cool with this game. And you do see it in a lot of other MMOs, but not quite in the same mechanic. You have to equip a gun to actually get hunting level up, which I find awesome. But here's the thing I like about it more. You can't jump. You don't sprint nearly as quickly when you have it, and you can't put it away. You have to actually unequip it. So you can't just put it away and run away from a bear easily as you could with your sword or something like that. Which adds a, not a new dynamic, but adds a little bit more fun to the hunting, if you ask me.
It's pretty realistic.
It is.
Even though this game isn't realistic in any sense, but...
Well, it has its moments, and everything feels believable. That's what I look for in a game. I just want everything in the game to feel believable. Now, as for going to do those inventory quests, we'll see where I'm at when you decide to go do that, Kitsune.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm thinking I'm gonna save that for a stream with the newest character and do that kind of off-screen. Just because it is a lot of kind of grindy. Even though this is grinding, like, what am I saying? This is grinding. That way I can be full on explaining to people that, and my character's inventory is, like, if you scroll all the way up, like the beginning sections, I have all but the last 2 rows worth of inventory space.
Okay.
So, like, my character has plenty of inventory.
I have a boss girl that I'm going to go and do real quick. If you
Okay.
want to do that.
You want me to do that with you, or?
You can if you want. It's level 45 minimum.
I'm level 49 on my ninja, so.
Okay, let me get my armor off my Kunoichi real quick. And
No.
then we'll do that.
And as y'all see, guys, when I bend down to Garb, here's something I find very interesting. I do want to explain this real quick.
I got disconnected.
See, I don't have as many issues as he does with disconnecting, which is lucky. Which reminds me, I got every now and then check to make sure my stream's still up and loading. It is.
Change something else that I kind of forgot to change. Hold on.
Okay, so I'm gonna need to turn you up just a little bit because you are more quiet than normal.
Let me just change my sensitivity then.
No, I did it. Don't.
Well, I'm gonna change it back to where it was before.
But anyway, something a lot of people who do play Black Desert.
Wait. Hold on, I need to rejoin calls. Sorry, I changed my setting.
Okay. But yeah, stream. just something I want to explain real quick. I have no personal preference on why. And for y'all who don't play Black Desert, y'all won't know what I'm exactly referencing. Okay, you can have one tool equipped to you at all times, and you can have, you know, as many tools in your inventory as you can hold and stuff like that. Why I prefer a butcher knife over a tanner knife, I honestly couldn't answer you. I just do. I find it, not to say more profitable, because I've never done the math on it or anything like that. Just in the sense of roleplay wise, I would be the guy collecting the meat, not the guy collecting the skin. So if people are gonna yell at me and say, well, the skin's worth more and stuff like that, I honestly don't know, one way or the other.
Everything has its use. It just depends on what you want to make.
Yeah, and me personally, like I said, for roleplay reasons, I've always been more of the collecting of the meat, and I just find it more profitable in my own way. That's just me personally.
If you get like any like profession up to like professional artist, and you'll make a like related to that profession, you'll make a lot regardless.
And see, this is something else I love about the musket, and y'all can kind of see it, and it took me a little bit to really realize what was going on. The musket only carries 2 shots before you have to reload, which I absolutely love that. And as y'all can see I'm getting my ass handed to me by a bear. And for some reason, I keep missing and not hitting the... Ah, okay, it re-healed, that's why. I hate when stuff like that happens. I am gonna have to run if this game doesn't glitch out on me. And I don't have my deer meat on me, so I'm gonna run away from the bear.
So, just FYI.
Yeah.
Just I don't know. I may get disconnected again. I don't know. It was completely stable earlier today, though. I don't know what happened.
Alright, so this bear is gonna be a nuisance. I gotta get rid of it as quickly as possible. Hopefully without dying. This will be the first time I've died due to a bear. Okay, look, the bear decided to, you know, give up on me. Where's my deer that I killed? I want to collect the meat from it. There it is. I find it funny, the first time I go on the stream, it screws up, gives the bear's health back, and I end up coming close to death. But like I said, I don't claim to be good at this game by any means. I really don't. I'm not. And a lot of people who do play this game are like, why don't you have any form of health potion, you idiot? Mainly because the way my ninja's designed, I've really never put any on him. He is the only character I have that carries no health potions on him whatsoever. Why?
They're gonna be mandatory once you try to get your awakening weapon.
Oh, I know, and I've been meaning to. I really have. Like, every time I go to a town, back in my mind, buy potions this time, buy potions this time. But for some reason, for one reason or another, I never seem to. Like, I always forget to, and everything like that. And I probably will buy potions before doing the actual bear quest on this, because I probably will need to repair my musket. Which I did do before stream, so I shouldn't be too terribly damaged, but... Really? Why did you take 3 shots? Oh, wow. I hate when that happens. I need to destroy one more elk. And see, when you shift down like this, I think it does more power as well, but it also gives you better aim and longer accuracy. And see, I want to check something real quick. Can you reload? No. So you have to use all your shots before you can reload. And see, hunting, I had an alt account, and I tried a little bit of everything with the exception of boating. And that's only because I could never get my own boat, which I do plan to eventually. That's also like why Kitson knows, not knows, but You may hear Kitsune kind of grunt whenever I bring up Portaferio because, you know, it used to be my home city and I still wish it was. If it had a marketplace, even though it's way out of the way, it totally would be my home city. But Kitsune advised me not to do that, and I actually advised everyone else not to do that. Portaferio should not be your home city because it doesn't have a marketplace. While at first I did not like the marketplace mechanic because someone explained it to me wrong. I did not like it. Once I actually got into it and started learning the mechanics of it and learned how much of what I was told was wrong, I started to enjoy it. And let me clarify for what I'm talking about here. Someone told me, now I can't remember who, explained the marketplace.
You rejoin call again.
Okay. Explained the marketplace as a bidding war. Okay, where there's items you could bid on and things along those lines. Well, that's not true. Some items you do bid on. You put up for sale, and people or someone puts them up. Okay. So we join. Alright. But
Harpy plumes as a trophy. I'll give you something really nice in return.
But anyway, as I was saying though, the marketplace was, like I said, explained to me wrong. And it was explained to me as an actual marketplace where people would bid on items and, you know, some people would get the items and stuff like that. And so he also told me that they took your money whether or not you won the bid. And I was like, wait, what? And it just confused me, and I just got the wrong impression of the marketplace. In reality, the marketplace is really fair and just. There's some items that you have to bid on, and you may or may not get, okay? Those are the most valuable items in the game, and things that with actual, you know, purpose and great value to them, like Blackstones and some other things. Well, those are, you know, bidding wars, and you can put them onto the market yourself for a low amount of money and get a lot of money back. That being said, not everything like that. Armor, food, and just about everything else doesn't have that mechanic. It is on the marketplace for a set price. First person to buy it or first person to want it gets it. The marketplace only has as much as the people who put stuff on them has. Which I love the mechanic. I really do. I only have one downside to it, and when I go back to Hydo after this quest, I will show y'all what that issue is. It's not a big issue per se, but does annoy me quite a bit.
So, there might be an issue with your connection maybe because you do keep going all robotic sometimes.
Well, I am streaming, so it probably will be going robotic.
It's gonna make it difficult to like hear or explain something.
Well, let me check stream to see if it's on my end or your end. And so guys, give me a second. I'm gonna be muted. My desktop audio will be. Say something real quick, Kitsune.
Right.
Oh. The game's playing music, but the music's not going through for one reason or another, so I didn't know if it was playing. Okay, so let me turn off my desktop audio for 1 second. So y'all won't be able to hear Kitsune, but that's so you also don't hear the stream playback. Let me. Alright. Let's play right about here. No, the stream is not coming off robotic. So it could be Discord on my side sending off my stuff as robotic, which I'll disconnect and reconnect real quick to fix that. Let me turn you back on stream. Okay. So, give me a second. Alright. I tried on my physical connection. Now let me try through Discord connection. Okay, can I hear y'all?
Uh,
Okay, I can hear y'all. Am I still doing it slightly?
not right now, no.
Okay, if it starts happening again, let me know. But stream, if y'all picked up any more bottlenecks that I missed, sorry about that. Um, Again, not best internet. Really haven't really streamed in a while, so. But anyway,
I keep thinking it's my internet because I've been having like unstable stuff on Black Desert, but it could be just Black Desert only though. So
now, because I know a lot of people aren't gonna watch this stream that are also gonna watch this playthrough. Like I know I'm going to capture more people during the playthrough. I will explain during the playthrough my problem with the marketplace as well. But when I get back there, I'll explain my own one and only problem, because it's really only one problem I have with it, and I understand why. Don't get me wrong. I completely understand why, and it saves noobs. Like, let me wait and explain that when I can actually show y'all. Alright. And the reason I'm hunting deer right now instead of the last boar is so I can make some deer meat to heal myself up some, so I don't have to go buy potions just yet. Alright.
make sure you get the workers elixir and the pickled vegetables so you can get your gathering speed up. We can go like skin the crocodiles when it's supposed to kill them.
I have the grain soup right now.
And I am going to bring elixirs of flowing time so we get 15% more life skill experience. So
Okay, fine by me.
it's gonna affect the entire party. So
Alright, let me do dry. Now this is probably the most boring but coolest thing about this, and this is why my processing skill is even remotely high. Oh, I have to put away my gun. I haven't quite figured out. That's the more annoying part of it, because you can't do anything with your gun out. Okay.
you can hotkey your weapons to quickly switch between them, though.
You can, and the only reason I haven't done that is because I'm still relatively new to hunting, and I just haven't felt a need to just yet. But I probably eventually will when it gets into a more of a thing for me. But yeah, this game all in all fun. Like I said, I recommend it. My original version of this game was the full decked out, what was it, $50 version? What was the highest one?
Highest one what?
The highest one you could buy for this one.
For what?
It's 10, 20, and 50.
Wait. No. I mean, like, what are you talking about in particular? Because I didn't catch all of it.
Alright, what was the highest price you could buy Black Desert for?
$10 for the standard edition?
No, like the highest one.
Highest was around $60?
Yeah, okay, so $60.
Well, 40 to 60 in that range before they lower the price down.
Yeah, well, what I ended up doing, because I was an idiot, and I don't recommend, if they roll down the price some, I would recommend it a little bit more. But when I first got the game, I got the $60 version, which, yes, does add some cool stuff to some extent. It adds some of the beginning tools that you needed for all the gathering stuff, and I would carry that with me everywhere. It gives you a horse, some more inventory space, a cool outfit, and some other small stuff. But after playing the game, I learned just by logging in a couple days, after about the 10th day of playing or so, if you play even an hour a day, by the 10th day at the very, very least, you'll be way past whatever bonus that could have gave you, and some of the stuff they give you, really, until you get comfortable with the game, you're never even really going to do. With the exception of maybe this, like if you kill a fox or something like that, some people would equip the, butcher knife just to get the meat and get that, and same people who collect absolutely all the items and stuff like that. The only thing of note it gives you, and I do recommend getting one of these, but what I recommend instead is get the $10 version, and then spend the rest of your money on pearls to get this. I do recommend a pet. Okay? It's the only thing real life money I will spend on this game. I bought pearls just for a pet and some inventory, not inventory slots, but for some character slots. I can have a few more characters because I had some left over. But that's what I do recommend.
Shut up. Let's not forget the stuff that the Steam bonus pack gives you, like the extra character slots and all the stuff that the other packs that you buy on the website itself don't give you. So.
Well, see, I didn't know about any of that. I really did.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was a very recent thing. So.
Yeah. But I was just telling them, like, me personally, there is some stuff. If he's right and you do get this through Steam, which, you know what, just...
I can go check it right now.
I was about to say, I'm checking it right now myself. Sorry about that popping up on screen. I have to... The one that, again, one of the few criticisms I have of this game, I have to do a display capture instead of a screen capture like I normally do. So, like, that's very annoying.
You
but
can't game capture this? Oh,
no, you can't game capture it for some reason. Or at least I couldn't. Please try. If you can figure out what I did wrong, please let me know.
I thought I installed OBS. What the heck?
Okay, so let me explain to y'all. And I'm not sponsored by this game by any means. I personally just like the game. Okay. Okay. So the most expensive one on here is the Explorers Pack, which is what I got. And for me, I got for $60. It's $50 now on Steam. And what you get is 2 value packs, 30 days. Those are actually kind of worth it. I did use those. They increase your weight, inventory slots, and they just have a lot of good uses to them. You get, as you play, you get 7-day versions of them. I have so many of these that it's unreal. But inventory expansion plus 16 slots, story expansion plus 16 shots, combat skills, life skills, and mount experience plus 10%. Distant node advancement consumes 10 energy. Hold on. My keyboard accidentally fell and clicked me out of it. Max weight plus 100, and plus 30% marketplace sales upon silver collection. Okay. Unlimited beauty salons and unlimited views of. Yeah, I haven't really gone to those last 2 things, so I can't really explain those too well. But basically, you get this exact same thing that I have for 7 days for 30 days, which great, cool concept, great thing, and you get 2 of them. So that's a total of 60 days. So that's 60 days worth of playing with a lot more inventory space and a lot more everything. Okay, but at the same time, like I said, I have so many of these from making new characters or just general playing and stuff like that, that yeah, I can see it being worth it, but I don't think I would buy a $30 pack, a $30 booster thing. And I'm not saying that's the only thing that comes with it, for $30 more. Okay, you get 10 OX blessings, which will be able to revive you immediately with 100 HP and MP. Which for me is yellow, but would be blue for magic users. Mine's a stamina-based thing, so different. That's actually pretty good. Okay, my downside to that, and like I personally say, I don't think altogether. Okay, again, the only things that are really worth it, in my opinion, okay, is the horse flute, okay, the pet, and the, wait, is it? I just saw that 2 character slot expansion coupons. Those are the 3 things that they have that are worth it. The horse flute's permanent, okay. The 2 character slots are permanent, and that allows you 2 more characters than you're normally allowed to, and a pet. Just pets are awesome in general. All right. And now the blessing, kind of worth it in a way, because if you don't want to travel back or you're really far away from your last destination, then it's really easy to use it and really easy to get back. Or if you're fighting a boss and you don't want to run back, all those are reasons to use it. here's the small problem. There's so many nodes around that if you go into an area where you think there's even a small chance of you dying, all you have to do is look around for a question mark, and 9 times out of 10, when you're in a big field or something like that, a lot of times that would be a node, and you can discover that node, and then respawn at that node for a loss of a little bit of XP. Early levels, it can be noticeable. At high levels, because they don't increase the amount of XP lost. Or, let me rephrase that. According to what I have personally seen, they do not increase, or not a noticeable increase of XP per level when you die. So once you get to level 30 or above, the XP loss is like non-noticeable.
Well, it is going to be a very huge issue if you die like 56 level, 58, 60, because then 1% would take maybe 20 minutes to get back at those levels, so it is a bigger deal at higher levels.
Okay, so now, like I said, he's more of an expert on this than I am, mainly because I personally have not gotten above 51, and that was on my old account. Okay, just because I'm one of those people. I haven't played this game much often. The same reason I haven't recorded. Hold on 1 second, stream. You will have to hold on 1 second, Kitsune, if you would entertain them while I am gone.
I can't do nothing about that, Shadow. That's your viewers. Oh dear. I ain't got much to say, honestly. So, But if anyone on Shadow's stream wants to leave questions for him to read out when he gets back, that would work for me, because I can't think of stuff off the top of my head right now. So go ahead and do that if you could.
We kept y'all somewhat entertained. Sorry about that, guys. My brother heard a loud noise in the house, and we had to investigate. Apparently, the cat jumped on a chair, and the chair broke. But anyway, for the same reason I haven't been recording, the same reason I haven't played much of this. I just haven't really felt a want to, or I've been personally down. Just to be 100% truthful with all y'all, I've been personally down, and that's more or less why. So he is more of an expert on this than I am. I
am not even close to an expert.
No, not expert, but you're more knowledgeable about some of the higher level stuff. So, like he said, because I have heard a lot of this. Once you hit level 50, gaining levels are extremely hard. So let's say the increase.
Well, getting to 56 is not an issue. It's getting past 56 that becomes the real grind.
Okay,
though.
so 56 is what. So that's when it can become a real challenge to die and stuff like that. But on that same hand, from a lot of what I've seen, by the time you level 56 and get your awakening weapon, while yes, the monsters you fight are astronomically, increased, depending on how your playstyle, whether or not you're cautious or whatever.
Depends on gear, largely, more than anything.
Gear, your playstyle, because a good player could play with bad gear and probably handle themselves relatively well. I've seen it done. I saw someone do I can't remember what he was fighting, but he wanted to prove that he could level up from level 55 to 56. So he got a new character, just got to level 55. Took off all his gear except for his weapons, got his most powerful weapon, and fought. And he was a Kuniichi, I believe.
Kunoichi?
The female ninja.
The Kunoichi, yeah.
Yeah. And he did it. Dude did things with the ninja I never even thought possible. I play as the ninja now after that, but I don't even play that good. I'm not as good as some of the people. This ain't an MMO I'm used to. There's a lot about the play style on this that's way different than a lot of MMOs, but it's worth it. It's a fun game, fun MMO style. Like I said, I personally enjoy and do recommend it. But yeah, that's when it can become a problem. And like our original topic, if you have the absolute money to spend, go for it. But my personal recommendation to y'all is, and I'll show y'all why in a second, okay? When you get pulls, okay, every $10 increase this number by 1,000, okay? I bought the $20 pack and got the 2,000. You get the $30, $60, and $100. Okay, plus increase of that. So let's say you have $60 to spend. Okay, what you do? You put $10 on the game. Well, actually, let's increase it a little bit because let's say you have 70 because it will ultimately be a little bit more. But even not, it's still roughly the same amount. Okay, you spend $10 on the basic game. You spend the rest on pulls. Okay, whichever one you get and all that. Let's say you have $70 and you were just gonna buy 10 things worth of pull. You get 66,000 pulls. Oh, not 66,000. 6,600. Okay. Okay. Now let me. Where is it? Ta-da-da-da. It would be in function. Okay? They are normally, and right now they're discounted and all that, normally 600. So you can get 10 character slots for that, plus 600, actually 11 altogether. Or get, the 3 character slots, which would be one more than that. Get a better pet, which, let me show y'all that, there's pets. Get a even better pet, the 1100 ones, because you can't get those with it, because you have a very select set of pets. Like my pet that I got with the pack ended up being the hawk, which is the only 1100 one that came across the pet. Everything else was like the dog, the cats, and very select number of these too. Like it was the bare minimum selection. The most popular selection is technically what it was. And I was able to get a Griffin instead, because apparently these are the best, and there's a new one. Which I kind of wish I got that one, just to see what it is, but I got the Griffin, and I was happy with that. And you can also get a... What is it? A appearance coupon as well. Just to change his appearance and make him look even cooler. And then still have money to spend on a outfit. Which, yeah, I know a lot of people are saying, outfit, wow, I was like, but if you find it, like, save the pool so you find a character you like to play as. Like, I have an outfit on my guy, but it's a free outfit that you get. But wait until you get enough money to get an outfit that you like. Get an outfit for, the #1 character you like to play as. And be decked out. Like, that's my recommendation to y'all. Or, better yet, spend $10 on this game, and then spend the other money on another game to play when you're not playing this if you don't like it. I'm not saying... I'm not a huge fan of pay-to-win feature, but that's one of the things I love about this game is it doesn't feel pay-to-win. Because there's nothing in here, in any of this, that would make you a better player at all. It's all... The only thing close to being a better player, in my personal opinion, and Kitsune may have a little bit different opinion, the only thing in here that helps you at all is a pet.
You know, that's actually about what I was going to say, because that's the only thing that's teetering on the brink of being like pay to win, because you can have up to 4 pets. They can be like a tier 4, tier 5 pet. The higher tier they are, the higher level they are, they can pick up loot faster with
Well,
that.
that's
And
what I was
you
just
have,
about to explain,
like,
because a lot of people who never played
Yeah.
this game don't know what pets do. In this game, as you can kind of read right there, it's maybe a little bit hard. Pets are good because they pick up items for you. The higher level they are, the less time they take to pick up items. So once you kill all these monsters, you don't have to go back looting their body. Your pet does it automatically. It's literally just one of those things where it's a slight time saver. And even
Whoa,
then, it takes
it's a-
like 2
it's a
seconds.
giant- it's a giant time saver, because
True.
you can have 4 pets, you kill a group. Your pets will loot that group before you can even move on. You go to the next group, same thing. It's just like, if you have 4 pets and they're high enough level and high enough tier, you can loot without having to even press the R key at all.
I was about to say, I do that anyway with just one pet, just because I'm normally in a big enough area long enough that my pet will end up picking some of it up, and every now and then I will go and pick up the leftover loot. But
Mhm. And then-
especially when
and
you're
then everyone's
grinding,
wondering why that's pay to win. It's because combat is like one of the biggest sources of like income in the game, aside from trade skills or
Yeah.
professions. I mean,
and which is what we're leveling up today. Which, let me actually get back to that, because I haven't actually done anything in a while. Alright, so I'm going to go hunt the bear now that I'm back at full health from all my talking and all that. But this is why I love this is why I love live streaming, because I love to talk. And I'm sorry I cut you off twice there, Kitson. Go ahead and say what you wanted to say.
well, I still have the boss girl that we can do first before we move on, if you want.
Well, let me kill the bear, because I always accept to quest, and then
Okay.
I will go help you with the boss girl. And actually, I've been on so long that I got. Alright, and these are event things right here. These little things, and I'll show you what those do in a little bit. I'm not going to worry about them just yet. Normally I would kill everything hunting wise in my path, but I'm not going to right now just because of time reasons, because I want to go help him with the boss raid, because I've only done a few bosses myself.
Well, it's not a hard boss. It's a very soloable boss. It's just.
Well,
that
I
I'm
just
trying to let
personally
you take part in so you can get loot from it.
yeah.
Did I get disconnected again? Hold on.
No. Well,
No,
you may
no,
from
Black
Black Desert, but not from the call.
Hold on. I need to check something. Jeez. Black Desert's not being nice today. Or tonight.
Wow. I am actually shocked with myself.
Hmm.
I died. I should have won there, but it glitched out. Well, I can't say glitched out. It lagged slightly, and I couldn't click it fast enough. But it's fine.
Did you use any of the silver that you get from the daily login rewards and stuff that you sell in the marketplace and then buy your plus 15 weapons yet?
Yeah, I have all plus 15 weapons and stuff like that. No, I'm finding it with a hunting rifle. Remember? My musket's only a plus 5 beginner's one.
Oh yeah. Whoops. My bad.
Yeah. Because I'm only beginner. That's why I'm trying to do it. Because I actually have a plus 7 or 5. I can't remember which. Artisan one.
Actually, yeah, keep in mind you can enhance your hunting.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not telling you that. It's just for
Oh,
the
yeah.
viewers.
So, well, I haven't gotten to that. And the enhancement stuff, I kind of want to wait until we are actually, what's it called? I'm sitting down. That's why I can't do it. I'm gonna wait until we are in the midst of doing the final playthrough to explain that. Unless you want to explain it now, but because there is a quest that you have to do to unlock that. So, which I do recommend you, because you can quit the quest early, but before the technical all tutorials are done. But when you fully unlock the Black Spirit is when I recommend to start doing your own thing. I recommend doing that, getting to the black squid quests and all that beforehand. Well, the ability to enhance and forge, which they'll teach you a little bit about during the quest, but aren't very, very info heavy, I guess is the best way to put that. Let me get to the nearest goods seller so I can go ahead and buy me a couple things, because I'm going to have to...
I may be changing the server. I'm having issues actually connecting to Camp Sylvia 3, so...
well, yeah, I forgot this is a new server, so we also could be doing issues because of that.
Well, I am going to be going to Serendia 3 instead.
Okay.
That's supposed to be one of the reverse proxy servers, so I shouldn't have as much issue on there. Hopefully, anyway.
So, yeah, let me finish doing this hunting quest, and then I will come join you on that. 'Cause I'm dedicated to completing this. And like I said earlier, that is the first time I've died to the bear, but I've only ever done, like, I've only ever killed, like, 5 bears in total. So, like, yeah. And I'm level 49 with pretty good gear. I could have better gear, but I'm waiting until I'm level 56 to get better gear for my ninja. When it comes to that, my person with the best gear is actually my Striker class, which the new person coming out will be a female Striker. So I am probably gonna do some off-camera or maybe on-camera training with him, getting him level up a little bit tomorrow, just so I can get back into the groove of playing with a Striker.
Oh dear.
Just because I haven't played with a Striker in such a long time. And I will say this though, alright, and I get why, because it would probably be a little overpowered and all that. But one thing I kind of wish you could do with the hunting is when you go down to space, I wish there was an option, because you saw how like auto lock it was where I didn't have to have my camo on it and all that, which, great thing, you know, keeps you from having to have the real aim to actually hit it and stuff like that. That's fine. But I wish when you hit space to sit down, you could toggle, like have a button that could toggle it, so you can have first person real aim and actually have to aim the rifle, but when you did it, depending on where you hit, you could get better damage, but it also didn't have a set range to it anymore. It could go as far as your screen can see, but with bullet drop and air resistance and stuff like that, like farther away the less damage it did and stuff like that. But that would also be a lot to program just for what technically amounts to a side game on Black Desert, so.
Okay, I am on Serendia 3 right now. I don't think it's actually the servers, probably just my internet, probably. I don't know.
And talking about internet, let me double check to make sure the stream's still up. It's a little low, but that's to be expected right now for one reason or another. And don't worry, guys. Tomorrow, I may be playing a less internet-heavy game, so it will probably also help out. I wish bear meat sold for more. Now.
No, they're not exactly hard to kill, so.
Yeah, they can be. Let me find. With beginner rifles, they can be, because they take like 18 shots.
Well, I mean, then again, people who get in the bear meat don't kill it with rifles; they kill it with their actual weapons. So it's not hard when you do it that way.
True, but for this particular case, I have to do it with the rifle.
Yeah, the price isn't based off like killing with the rifle though.
Yeah, which makes sense. But at the same time, it's one of those things I kind of wish. Well, I guess there would be no way to tell. Like, maybe do it with like a prime bear meat was done with a rifle, but normal bear meat was done with your normal weapons. But that's always been a problem with MMOs. They have to be fair and not uneven, and like, and I'll show you guys, cause if Kitsune doesn't mind waiting a little bit longer, unless he wants to go do it right now, which I also don't mind. You want to go do the boss raid right now?
You can do whatever. I'm taking some time out here near the boss area to practice my awakening skills, because I haven't done any real practice with them.
Alright,
so I still need to, like, learn them.
I'm going to show them where I like to farm for money. Like, if I just need a lot of money, I'm going to show them where to farm. But it's also going to show them, like, one of my frustrations with MMOs in general.
That's cool. Just do whatever. I'm no good with my awakening weapon. I'm a ranger, so I'm going to take some time to practice that area.
Which, ranger is actually my only character below level 30 right now. I actually got me a berserk that's now above level 2. I'm not, for anyone who, like, watches me now, in the past, or in the future may know, I'm not a huge big fan of slow attacking. Like, attack speed's always been one of my biggest things in games, and the problem with that is, like Ninja. Okay, great example of this. Okay, high attack, high AP, high attack speed, but lacks defense. I'm fine with that to a certain extent. You know, it does feel a little squishy, but it doesn't feel squishy enough at the same time. Like, armor can change that around so quickly, it's unreal. But still feels a little squishy. Like, none of my other characters, just because of health-wise, would have died from that attack earlier. Like, none of my other characters, just because my other character's health is higher. That being said, I love attack speed over attack damage. And they don't really have a character for that. They don't have a character with high speed and high defense, but no attack, you know, power, because they don't really classify it as that or anything like that. Which, a little weird, takes a little bit to get used to the way they, you know, characters fight compared to some other MMOs, in my personal opinion. Just from what I'm personally used to in the past. But, like a slow character like the Barbarian in this, I'm playing as it, and I'm coming to find that with the right armor, attack speed, like, he doesn't attack as quick as my ninja does, because my ninja, you know, is fully you know, when I pull this up, well, not that up, when I pull this up, as you can see, that's his attack speed level, and that can be up to level 5, can't be no more. And you test stuff like that, but you get his to level 5, he's just as fast as a ninja at level 0. And it's really, really odd for me. And it takes a lot for me to get used to that. So, yeah, it's weird in that way. And I get it, because for balancing, because this is a heavy PvP game once you get past level 50. Or can be. You can play it heavy PvP, or you can play it heavy PvE. Actually, while he's doing that, I do need to do one thing. Oh, I actually have to go to that for that. I'll do that in a little bit. But it's a little confusing at times. It feels weird compared to other ones, but once you get past that, like the feel of it, it does glow on you, or at least for me it did. And this won't be everybody's cup of tea or anything like that, but like, I'm on medium settings, and this is still a pretty beautiful game. Like, yeah, back in the back, you see those trees and all that. If I wasn't recording, those would look, you know, absolutely gorgeous, just because I would have my settings up as high as possible, which, for the fact I am streaming, I'm going to turn down my settings down even more and see if that helps any. Okay, so while I'm running, I can't change it, so give me a second.
connection seems fine now. It might have been because I had a static route set on the router.
Oh, no, wrong thing. Optimize it. Take a second to apply. Sometimes actually turning it down lower can cause a little bit more issues with it. Just because there's some things about this game that's just not fully fleshed out. And they're still updating, they're still working on it, so I have no problem.
Hey, Shadow.
Yeah?
There is a little quirk with Black Desert where if you press escape and you click on the marketplace button to bring up the marketplace and you close it instantly, it usually has this quirk where it fixes the memory leak issue and brings your frame rate back for whatever reason.
I will probably try that. Wow, the lighting on that changed so quickly. Yeah. Apparently that's optimized mode. I haven't actually been in optimized mode yet. That's what it looks like. But like even this, like other than it being a little bright for my personal taste and all that, which I'm not sure exactly what optimized setting, made that happen, but it did. It still looks relatively pleasing to the eye. People, now, real quick, and I'll do it just for a second so y'all can see it, because my computer can handle it, I can't handle it forever just because of stream reasons, and I don't have my thing overclocked just because I don't have the cooling power necessary to do that. If I was to turn this, alright. I'm gonna show y'all what the game looks like on its absolute best settings. Let me click on my stream to make sure it's still playing. Is it still running? Yep, okay. This
I'm going to turn our share screen on Discord.
Is what the game looks like on its absolute best. Alright. Now, the trees look a little weird, but it's also because of all the detail on it, and it's collapsing, and you can see each individual leaf. So from a distance, it looks a little grainy, but at the same time, that's still like really pleasing to the eye, if you ask me. Okay, like this game looks absolutely beautiful at its best. Not the best games, but it's also $10.
Well, I mean, they are still trying to develop the engine more to actually improve it. The engine for the game is not like at its fullest yet.
Yeah. And like once they do, they're gonna have the graphics even higher, and they're gonna have it even more optimized, which would be fine by me. Because even though this game isn't technically early access, in a way, I almost feel like they should consider it early access because of how much work they're still putting into the game. And I may try to keep texture qualities up and just put back on optimized settings and see how well that works. Me personally, I don't really care about graphics or texture qualities. Like as you saw on optimized mode, that was pleasing enough to the eye that I had no problems with it. So, and I keep it normally on medium and low. Maybe high on the like the optimized part, the graphics. I can sometimes put it up to high just because of the certain things I do like. Like without the shadows, this is so much brighter and stuff like that. But
the weirdest thing about this game's graphic is that some aspects of the game, or if not many of them, run smoother and better at higher graphic settings, even in high-end mode.
Yeah,
which is
and that's
odd.
That's something I was thinking about too. Like earlier, I was before I went to work and all that, I was playing this game a little bit and noticing that I would have. 'Cause I wanted to test it for stream purposes and stuff like that, and I knew I may have some lag when it comes in that everything. So what I did was I turned my settings down pretty low. I didn't put on optimized like I am now. And every time I would exit a city, it would lag hard. But once I was into the force setting and all that, it would be just fine. And every time I would enter a city, it would lag again. It was like that transition period. And I think I know why to some extent. Like, for y'all who don't know how games work, and I don't know everything about how games work and all that, so if I miss something up, please, feel free to, tell me I was really wrong on something. But something I have noticed with a lot of games, stuff like that, they seem to have load buffers, as I'm gonna call them. And open world games like this especially, they will have these sections that are set to load the next world, or the section you're going to, while you're on the section to help you keep from doing it. Well, it seems when you're on the lowest settings, especially on this game, the load buffers become more clear because it's not loading in between times, it's loading the second you hit that load buffer. So like when you're entering the town, you hit that load buffer to load the full town, but because you have your settings set to not have far distance loading, it doesn't load from farther away. It loads right at town rather than before you hit town. And like y'all see, I'm going somewhere. And the coolest thing about this, when you see my character run, that's me hitting shift, and I'm moving my mouse, but my hands are completely off the keyboard right now. Like, right now I'm not touching my mouse, not touching my keyboard. That's one of the coolest features about this game. When you mark a location, you can press T, and you can keybind it to whatever, but you can press T, and it will take you to a new location just in the best possible path. Like the line you see on the mini-map is the best possible path for you to take, and will auto walk or run technically, because this is walk, and increase your stamina while you're doing it and stuff like that. And you can actually auto loop it and do it off screen, minimize it, go to work, come back, and your character would have increased the stamina in between. But it's one of those things where I can be doing this, talking, so I'm not distracted by this, or in other cases you could do this, like, okay, my location's like 3,000 points away, so while this is doing this, I'm gonna go load a YouTube video on my other screen, or I'm gonna minimize it and go do this. And there's a lot of AFK grinding you can do eventually. I actually don't have any AFK grinding set up right now, just because of personal want. I'm gonna watch my character eat real quick. As you see, when you eat something, it takes you away from that. And for anyone who wasn't here at the very beginning of the stream where I explained this, the reason my character is eating, and the reason I have 341 of these, is because I'm increasing his health, because that's his major downfall. He has a low amount of health, so I'm trying to increase his health level to maximum. And the only way to do that, and I found this out, and Kissing, you may or may not know this, because I was doing some research again before I went to work, and all that. Apparently, the health can only be done every 30 minutes. So even if the...
There is a quest in Valencia territory that it's the only quest in the game that will increase your health stat, but if you get around to level 56 to 60 to do the quest, you can increase your health stat that way too.
See, that also helps too. But what I was about to say is some food has little to no cooldown, okay? And a lot of people out there are probably thinking, well, if you have to eat a lot of food to do it, stuff like that, why don't you just get the one with no cooldown and eat a lot of that? Ooh.
There isn't one.
There's... Here's the problem with... Here's the problem with that, though. Okay, the game is designed in a way that even if the food doesn't have a cooldown, what's the problem? Hold on, let me finish killing this last guy. The problem with that is even if the thing doesn't have a cooldown, it still requires a minimum of 30 seconds to before you increase the experience gained from it again.
Are you sure
yes.
that food actually increased the health experience?
Yes.
Okay.
Food and drinks. Food and drinks increase health, and like I said, the thing about that is it has to be every 30 minutes, no matter what. Yeah, I was reading on little guides about it, and they were talking about how it would increase the experience, but only once, and he was trying to figure out that was a glitch or something like that. And just to realize, well, nope, that's the way the game's programmed, so you can't cheat it. Which makes a lot of sense, you know. Now, a lot of people are probably wondering why this is my grinding area. I don't know why, but these guys have a higher chance. Okay, there's these items called crystals that you can equip to your weapons and armors. Okay, they always do good things. Whenever you die, I don't know if it's only if you go to town or just die in general, but you have a chance to lose them. And I actually just got one.
They won't really like destroy if you're like in a duel though.
In a duel, no, but everywhere else they will. And let me pause my own live stream so my end that's not talking. I say I just got one. Okay, it is the Magic Crystal of Crimson Flame. Okay, I'm effect AP +1. Okay. Now here's the thing about the marketplace. See that silver? Or no, I'm not sure if y'all can see my mouth. But you see that gold price at the very bottom of the item listing, silver 3,000? That's if you sold it to a normal merchant. If you look up here and you see the marketplace info, maximum and minimum. That's how much silver it can. The maximum you can sell it for, and that's the minimum you can sell it for. The reason I love farming at this location in particular, okay, is for whatever reason, these guys have the same chance to drop, or has a slightly less, but nearly the same chance as critical monsters have. I'm calling them critical monsters because I don't know their real name. But critical monsters are specialty, more powerful monsters. Elites. Yeah, I like calling them critical monsters, only because almost everyone I've ever fought had the word critical above them, above their head. Which they all have their own special ability and they randomly spawn, but there's different abilities they can have. Critical ones has a higher chance of crit hitting you when it's fighting, but they have a chance to drop good loot, or relatively good loot, and it's normally crystals like these. Well, these guys, as you can see, I'm just kind of mowing through, have nearly the same chance to drop them. Why? I have no idea. Is it a bug? Probably. Am I exploiting it? Hell yeah.
There's a place called Abandoned Iron Mine where you get to like level 52, 53. They have very, very, very high chance to drop what's called like ash-covered gems, ash-covered crystals. I forgot the exact name, but you have a guaranteed chance of getting only blue gems, and I don't know exactly, but you may be able to get like rares sometimes from them too.
See, I went to the iron mines, but not for that reason. On my other account, I was gonna mine as my life skill, because something I recommend all new players to do. Okay, test out every life skill, get all of them up.
Well, no. Because you leave yourself, by doing that, you leave yourself in a state of choice paralysis, and the game will feel burdened, and it will feel overwhelming.
No.
Easy. Well, I mean, for some people, that is the case.
True. And if you're one of those people, then, you know.
If you're not someone that has, like, decent or good or extremely good memory, it would be a better idea to just figure out what kind of, like, path you want to go, what you want to make, what you want to do. Choose like 2 or 3 life skills that kind of like complement each other, and then just go with those. Get those up.
And see, that's again, like I said, we disagree about a few things. That's his personal opinion. For me personally, and like I said earlier,
well, I mean,
play this game.
That's just for like people who don't have like the best memory or like.
Well, it's not about memory. It like for me and the way I had to do it.
Well,
okay.
It will be a memory thing when you have like many characters to keep up with. So.
True, but here's my thing.
It incentivizes having like multiple characters,
which I explained earlier with the life, the home fame and stuff like that. But but something I do recommend, okay, with your very first character, okay, and stick with your very first character a little bit. Find a character that you like, whether it be for looks, whether because you think you'll like the way they fight. And all that. Stick with them for a little bit. and all that. Try every life skill. Don't max it all out. Don't even get to level 10 beginner.
It's okay to like try to get things up to like apprentice 1 or freaking 5.
Well, I was gonna say beginner 5. Okay, that's the place I recommend to get to. But there's some skills that you're not even gonna get that far, like boating. Just because I couldn't.
Well, I mean,
I didn't.
you can't even get that skill leveled up unless you have that inferior sailboat or frigate anyway. So.
Yeah, which okay, and see that's something that was a big problem with the game at the very beginning of this game. Okay, when I first played, and this is the problem with Kitsune's logic. Okay, and I'm sorry to say that. You said find a path that you like and go for it. Okay, well when I first started playing, my path was to go and get the biggest and best sailboat. Well, there's a lot of problems with that. There's a lot of off-screen grinding that you have to. There's a lot that goes into it, and
well,
something.
I mean, just like try to. What I meant was like find something that you want to work for, and then just like have like stepping stones to work towards that. It's kind of what it's saying.
Well, again, with that though, is for me personally, and again, we sound like we're arguing, but in reality, in my opinion, we're just discussing it. I went for that method when I first started playing, and it actually threw me out of the game. It made me not want to play the game. That's why when we first started playing Kitsune, I stopped playing. Let me finish.
Okay. Well,
I thought I found a path I wanted to do, because we had a friend who did boating and did stuff like that. So I wanted to hunt whales, I wanted to get my own boat and do all this. So I set my path for that. It was overwhelming, like none other. And it threw me out of the game. It made me not want to play it or anything like that. Now, I do understand now how to do it, and I understand a lot more how to do it. And I'm not saying don't go shoot for the stars, but there is sometimes where you might buy off a little bit more than you can chew, unfortunately.
Well, in this game, it's not like other MMORPGs, for like people who are going to join, don't think of it as like other games, like World of Warcraft or whatnot. They're like linear, like theme parks. Like, keep an open mind 100% of the time you're playing this, because you may want to go for big things, but you can't get there unless you actually like just first of all, find a character that you want to play for a long time, because when you get to 56 and you're trying to get to 60, which is the hard cap, 56 is the soft cap for the game, you want to have a character that you're going to enjoy playing during those 4 to 5 days that you're trying to get from 56 to 60, maybe 6 or 7 days, because that's about how long it's going to take, unless you have like one of the like best gears or close to the best gear, like Tri-Ultimate or something like that. Because if you're only like running like plus 15 gear or like duo gear, then it's going to take you roughly about maybe 4 to 8 days to get from 56 to 60. Getting from 1 to 56 will be taking like maybe 1 to 4 days, depending on how quickly you go about it and how you're doing your farming.
Y'all will see that when we play the other characters. Y'all will see that. Our goal, or at least my goal for the character, is we're gonna play through a good portion of the main story, and we're gonna get to level 56. We're both gonna do that and stay roughly the same level as one another. Once we do that, he may go on to another character that he likes better. I may level up a different character at level 56, and we're going to pick off the story mode where we left off. We're going to do a lot of that off camera so y'all don't get bored or anything like that.
The problem with that is, once we do the main story on one character, we have to go back and repeat the previous quest with another character, because the characters don't share.
I was actually about to say that too, because that's why we would have to do it off camera, because they don't.
All the other quests that are not like main story quests, though, the characters will share most of the time, though.
Some quests, like inventory inspections, they won't. The life skills, they won't.
Those they won't. No, but the daily quests, all characters will share. If you pick up like maybe some like side quests that are not inventory expansion or like special quests, your characters would normally be able to share those as well.
Yeah, and
like just regular gathering quests.
And there's a lot of different types of quests and stuff like that, which we'll get more into when we're playing our character. Because again, this is just kind of more or less an intro and us just kind of goofing around and having fun and stuff like that, preparing for Wednesday, which is when the character releases. I have Wednesday off, so probably as soon as Kitsune wakes up and they released it, we will be doing that. But my advice to y'all, if y'all pick up this game and all that, okay, again, like he said, there's some things you just can't do right off the bat, okay, you know, and like you will be able to eventually, but you know, take it easy and all that. Go at your own pace. Don't try to rush yourself or anything like that, because that's all can be another big problem. Getting to 56 right off the bat and not doing anything else can also feel kind of like a burden sometimes. My personal opinion. Kitsun's one of the players who can grind a character from level 1 to 56 in the afternoon and be perfectly fine with that. Me, on the other hand, I'm not that way. I have to take little breaks. I have to go do missions here and there. I have to do other things than just grinding, you know, for an hour straight. Even though that's kind of what I've been doing now, but that's also kind of gotten more used to it. Cause
yeah, it's something you have to really get used to and actually like do, not like do it constantly like around the clock, but just like gradually bring yourself into it, where your body's okay with it, and then you can go from there and then really start getting more done.
Yeah, and like I said, what I recommend, find a character you like, alright? Play a little bit of the story mission and all that until you get bored with it, which...
well, I recommend doing all the story missions because you do get very good rewards, as well as accessories that will help you along the way until you can gear yourself up with like really good accessories.
I was about to say, eventually doing all the story mission, if for most people, they'll get bored at the point I'm thinking about, and that's about right after you get your items and stuff like that.
That is true, which is why I was going to say this. If at any point you get bored with the main story mission, just go ahead, buy like plus 15 weapon and sub weapon, which are really cheap, by the way. You get when you first start the game. Well, when you first start the game, you get really good stuff that can sell for lots and lots of silver, and that boosts you. You buy your weapons, you buy your armor, you get set up.
Which we'll show you the marketplace more, and that's why you sell this item a little bit later when we're not doing this part.
And then from there, what I was going to say, I didn't finish.
Sorry.
Because from there, once you get all that and you got yourself set up with that stuff, you blast off. You go to level up to 56. There is a quest at 56 that if you can't like buy yourself a really good like chest armor, like plus 15 or higher like that, there is a quest that you can do which will give you the roaring magical armor. It gives you 60 defense or DP. It could be evasion and damage reduction or a mix or one or the other, but it's like 60 DP, which is a lot for an unenhanced armor, and you get it through a quest. I recommend doing that until you can gear yourself with a better piece of armor, and then once you have that, you can go ahead and use your rest of your money to buy your shoes, your gloves, your helmet, plus 15, build however you want to. Build like more defense if you want to like be a defensive type. If you want more aggression, then go like frontal gloves and helmet for like plus 5 AP and whatnot. But please like try to do that quest when you first start off, because that will get you set up with a significant amount of defense, and it gives you some extra accuracy, and I believe it gives you some like skill experience as well. But it's just really good overall, and yeah, if you do that, you can get yourselves going, and then figure out what you want to do from there.
And see, this again, good example of the differences between. He's more of not linear, because that's the wrong word, but he's more of a like goal-oriented player, while I'm a scatterbrain player. That's why he can.
That's like for people who don't want to do the main quest and they just want.
Yeah, well, no, because like you just said, like that, I've never done. Like I've never done that, but I have a lot of characters on both my profiles. Like I said, let me finish this time. What I was gonna say is play the main. Like I said, pick a character that you like for one reason or the other, where you think you're gonna like the way they play. Feel free to look up some tutorials. If you're the kind of person who likes to know all about the characters before you play, do that. Me, I like to know nothing when I go into a game. I like to know like the bare minimum and figure most of it out on my own. Now, having a friend there who knows more than I do is good, because you know it's easier to answer the questions than go looking on Google. But MMOs, it's a little kind of hard to do sometimes. You know, obviously because you're watching us. But learn what you want to learn about the game. and stuff like that, go pick a character that you like and stick with it for a little bit. Play the main story until you get bored or until you get good enough weapons that you feel you want to go on your own. Do the marketplace as you feel, as you feel like you want to do the marketplace and stuff like that. My suggestion to you: level up some, the priorities. Not that I say should have, but like my personal priorities in games like this is my priority is story. When I get sick of the story, or just like tonight, I don't feel like doing any of the story at all. Like this character has very little of the story done. My Striker has the most of the story done, despite being lower level than this character. Do the story until you get bored. Level up some. Take your frustration out on like creatures like this. Like I'm money grinding right now. That's why I'm here. I'm here for money, stuff like that, and to show you something else as well. But do that kind of stuff, and then when you feel like it, okay. And let me open them up so you can see them. Okay, the ones you don't. Okay, all these skills down below here are the life skills. There is, which ones is it? I want to say there's 3. No, okay. The ones that just by doing the other ones will eventually happen are processing, okay? Which processing is, you can press L and pick up this menu, okay? And some of the other things, processing stuff like drying, chopping, and some stuff like that, okay? I keep paying O instead of P. Cooking, same thing, okay? Cooking, you have to look up a few recipes to actually do, but a few recipe comes with a you get a few recipes as well. But also in the L menu, it shows up in there. Okay, alchemy, same thing. Farming, you have to actually go buy a farm, and selling, you have to go buy a boat. So those are the things that you really don't worry about. And gathering, when you saw me cutting up the pig, the thing, that was gathering. So the life skills you really want to focus on, like just testing out and seeing which ones you like. Fishing, get yourself a fishing rod, go to a nearest fishing thing, and do that a little bit, okay? Training is for horses. If you want to be a horse tamer, that's the route you'll be going. Okay? Hunting, which is what I do, that's the route you'll be going for that. And trading, you have to actually ask Kitsune on how to get trading up, because I don't remember.
That is a whole nother complex topic of a bunch of...
So basically, just like selling and the other ones I was mentioning, it's one of those that you don't worry about. So in all reality,
if you want me to explain it, I can.
For this video, no. But just like I'm recommending people do this, when we do our characters, our goals for our characters is to have beginner level 10 for every life skill. Alright?
Well, except for selling, of course.
Except for selling, which I'm still going to buy a sailboat and get the most powerful sailboat. Like, that's still my goal for the ultimate like, just me personally, that's still a goal of mine. But it's going to be way, way along. Like, I'm no longer grinding just that anymore. I haven't even been to Portaferio on this profile yet.
Are you also including trading into that?
Which one?
Are you also including the trading profession into that?
Maybe. Like, I'm gonna have you explain it.
If we are going to do that, we will need to free up 42 contribution points to connect Velia to Heidel. That way, we're not just like, if we try to like. Here's the thing about trading in this game. On the big map, as you travel around the game, there will be a bunch of nodes on the map, like icons, like
I'm trying to show them.
Yeah, and then as you look at these and you click on each one of them, you can, if you look in the upper left, there's usually a thing where you can like invest contribution points. If you go up to a node manager, if you don't have a value package, you have to go to the node manager at those nodes, talk to them, and then you can invest a contribution point into that node, or it may require 2 or 3 depending on what the node is, but you invest contribution points to that from like a town or a city hub. You can't like just go up to them and like invest contribution points into whichever ones you want. It has to be connected to like a nearby city or a nearby town, which is like the green icons of the map, like town icons or city icons, like Calpheon, Heidel, Velia, Glish. Glish and Olvia, the city or the town that you start in, is called Olvia. That's a town, and they're like places like Velia and Heidel, which will have different icons, like city icons. They will be like different. And those green icons, you want to look for those icons, and then you invest contribution points into nodes around those, because they have to be connected to those particular cities and towns. And then you connect from there, and then as you connect them, you will see lines showing up, like where, like, if you Shadow, go to Olvia, the starting town.
I was showing them a little bit. Like I said, we're going more in depth in a video where we're going to actually have a video explaining it more when we're playing with our new character. This wasn't supposed to be a heavy explanation video.
Yeah, I'll explain it when we go through that, because that is a very complicated whole process. But
now, let me get rid of some of these guys, and I actually need a little bit of help because I'm on low health, because I was showing them kind of what you were talking about while you were talking about it. Okay, I'm going to show y'all one of my biggest problems with MMOs in general compared to single player games, okay? Okay, if you walk up here, okay, you see, where is it? Where's the beginning of the maze, okay? Kitson, I think, knows kind of what I'm about to be talking about, okay? I'm just going to kind of run past some of these enemies to get to the point I'm talking about, but there's a maze coming up, alright? And
are you trying to get to the NPC to turn in the
No. Hold on. Let me get away from being able to be attacked for a second. No, I don't want to talk to Black Spirit. I hit the wrong button. Okay, M. Okay. Oh no, it's still a little bit away. Okay. Let me keep following. Okay. Okay. Is this the starting of the maze? Or is it? Aha! It's up here, okay? Once you go into here, okay, and just a little bit further past here, I may end up just glitching it, or not glitching, but cheating my way into the maze. Which is technically not supposed to be possible, but it is. Just because I'm having such trouble. Aha. Yeah, okay. This is the entrance to a maze, okay? Which I love this maze. This maze is awesome. It's cool, it's slightly complicated, you can find your way relatively easy, yet it's still you still get lost in it. Okay? Great maze, great design, great everything. My problem with it, okay? I spent an hour in here, okay? For good reason, not because I was lost. I knew exactly where to go to get to the node. The end of here. I spent an hour in here going to every single corner. Okay? And see, they're all treasure chests, which makes it a little bit better. But let me show you what the treasure chests have in it. You have stuff like this, okay? Not that bad, you know, a little bit extra recovery for every 5 seconds for 5 minutes. Great, okay? But it's so little compared to what I was expecting. And the reason I say that, I know it's an MMO, so you can't have overpowered gear. But something I always loved about single-player games that were RPGs is, and there was an MMO I used to play that were like that. They changed it, like it would never appear in the same place twice. But it was called the Legendary. How did they do it? The Legendary Gold Chest of Awesome was the name of the chest. Okay, and it would appear in let's say in this game, it every now and then would appear into a place like this. You never knew when it was gonna appear. You never knew if it appeared, and if it didn't appear, you had a chest, just a normal chest of awesome that still had relatively good gear. So you couldn't cheat it. And I understand, but like, I wish there was hidden passageways in here somewhere. Okay, like little spots that are super hard to get to. That's really fun to get to. That would have chests with relatively good stuff in it, like up there. Okay, hard place to get to. Like, I even missed that jump that time. I have a character that can double jump, and it's even hard for me to get to. I know you can get up here with a single jump character because my striker got up here. Like, just like that. Like, there should be a chest up here that gives you something that's of somewhat of value. Like a piece of armor, you know, a couple black stones. Just something to make your adventuring around this area more worth it. But that's one of the problems with MMOs in general. They don't typically have that because then people know the respawn rates and can grind it and cheat it. Even if there was, like, let's say there was 5 chests in here that each character can, like, each, like, name could only get once, but no, like, but super well hidden, so people couldn't just find them online, that would be awesome. But the problem with that is, and I understand the reason they didn't do it, the problem with that is, in MMOs, once one person finds it, it's online and everyone can find it. And not that there's anything super wrong with that, but that is the reason they don't do it, so I understand why they don't do it, but it is a personal disappointment for me. Now, if people would like to know how to glitch into this area, because if you just get super lost and just don't want to do this maze, I will show you how to do that. Because that's actually really fun for me to do. I actually like doing that. Something I started doing in Skyrim, which everyone did, called the goat climbing, as a lot of people like to call it, but you use the horse, not a goat. I just let those things explode. Okay. If you want to glitch in here, best thing to do, have the node manager up there marked on your map so you can see it. And I'm not going to tell you to die to get to him. But, wait, is it? It's right. Ooh, actually I can gather something right here. What is it? Oh, it's the bush. Okay. It's right. It's actually on the other side, it's a little bit easier, but.
Oh.
Ah, I missed. Don't worry. Ooh, that actually hit me hard. But if you
potions.
yeah, I have potions, so.
Oh, okay. I thought you didn't buy them again.
No, I bought them this time. But let's go up this way, because this is how I originally did it. And it's still not easy by any means. Okay. Gotta find how to climb the mountain. I think it's over here is the best way to do it. And having a character that double jumps really helps do stuff like this, but not all characters double jumps.
Well, only the ninja and Kunoichi in the entire game can double jump.
I think there's one other character that can double jump, isn't it?
No, there isn't.
Oh.
It's a Kunoichi and the ninja. That's it.
Oh, that's right. There's rumors that one of the new male character will be able to double jump. Well, no, that's true. I don't know, but there's rumors of it. And see, this maze is super well designed because you have those gates, so you know you can't glitch over them or anything like that. But for anyone who likes to know, okay, just like that, and then you can fight this guy, who was one of the elites we were talking about. Now I think he guarantees a crystal, or it's just a high chance. I can't remember. But yeah, those little guys I was fighting, for some reason, have a higher chance than any other enemy other than elites. Really? Luckily, I can drink a potion while I'm on the ground.
Oh.
Were you able to make it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I wonder how many people actually know of that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure a lot of people figured it. Now, getting back to the other side, I don't think you can do, but...
Well, you could jump down and not die if you have full health.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just like up here, like if they made the maze, like let's say they doubled the length of the maze, had nothing of value up here, like it didn't have a node manager up here to mark, and like when you marked up here, even with it, it didn't show you the ways through the maze like it does. Alright? If there was something hidden here, that would be really cool too. Just a single chest. A single chest with actual good loot in it would be all it would take. Like, even make it even harder, even if you got past the maze, got up here, there was a little parkour section, which, that's one that I actually haven't seen in this game at all. Kitsun, you may be able to tell me if I'm wrong, but as far as I'm aware, there's no parkour sections in this game.
Not entirely, no. Not really.
Like, there's little things like what I just showed, which can be considered parkour, but, you know, not intended parkour. Like, if there was like a little...
There are rumors that they are adding a new profession later in the future for that particular sort of thing.
See, that would be a lot awesome. And let's still updating and stuff like that. So if any developers watch this, that's all I want. Just a chest. Like, not easy. And if I'm wrong and there is like a good loot system in this, and there is chests that in that maze that I just didn't find for whatever reason with good loot in it, because I'm blind, let me know. Like, I don't want to know where, because that's me personally. I don't like to know where. I don't like things given away to me. Just let me know if there is, because if there is, but like let's say we got all the way up here, and then there was a very hard parkour thing that got us on top of the castle, and on top of the castle, like on that top thing that's smoking green, if there was a chest with something good in it, which actually makes me wonder if there is a way to get in there. Like, it doesn't have to be super good. Just something that can sell for like a $500,000 would be like the thing I would want. Like, all the specialty loot chests be $500,000, and not have to have keys to open them. That's something that does annoy me a little bit. But I also understandable. But finding the keys are super. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the keys are random chance. Hey, my griffin just brought me a cookie.
Oh.
And I didn't show off any of the skills that you can do or anything like that. That's also one of those things that we're going to be doing once we're actually doing it and stuff like that. But let me check my inventory. See, I got 4 crystals throughout that little adventure, which is a lot more than I would normally get any other way. Nope, 5 crystals. 5 crystals. So, totally worth it. That's my grinding spot. Now y'all know about it. So, feel free to use it. I don't see many other people use it.
Well, I mean, almost everyone kind of goes here for leveling, though. So, like leveling new ults and stuff like that.
Well, yeah. Like when you level, you come here, but like for actual money, like they're super easy to kill once you're a level, and they typically sell right around 20. Closer to 13 to 15, but right around 20 is where they sell. So, like, that can be a relatively good profit if you're not like me and like to actually earn your money doing something.
Did you want to move on to the boss thing, or did you want to get level 50 on that character and then go get your awakening?
No, I'm not doing that with this character. I always talk to them about it. I'm going to do that thing I talked to you about with this character. And it's either going to be until you become level 60 and we're no longer within 10 levels of each other, or until I get all my skill points like I plan to. Cause I personally don't think it would be any true benefit, but I would like to do it. But yeah, let's go ahead and mark on my map for me where to go.
We can also try to do the awakened boss if you want to go to Heidel, so I can get that real quick.
I actually need to go Heidel, so why not? And that's where I'm not going to explain the market system fully. I kind of glossed over it earlier, but I will show you my problem with the market system.
You do have a good idea of how many skill points you actually need for all of your skills, though, and your awakening skills, though, right, Shadow?
What I'm doing is I'm going to get all my skills currently available to me, and then and depending on how long that takes, because also, just like I was talking about earlier, I'm one of those people, I will start something and then stop it to go do something else for a little bit, just because I'm scatterbrained like that. Like, I can keep track of everything that's going on, but I'm not necessarily going to keep doing everything that's going on.
Try to keep a little bit commitment if you're going to get those skill points, though, because you do need about 1,300 to 1,600 for all of your skills, awaken and pre-awaken.
Yeah, like I say, it's all going to be about how long it takes and stuff like that. Once I actually start doing it. Well, I also have books of for skill point experience in my storage that are being prepared to be used.
Don't forget your daily rewards, because sometimes you get the
Yeah, I know.
skill increase.
I get my daily rewards every day, which also something I learned, by the way. And me and Kitson kind of see differently on this, and I'll explain what I'm talking about in just a second. Because in a way he's right, but in a way he's wrong. Why am I not seeing the marketplace icon? Oh, because I'm stupid and I'm thinking it's a different icon. I'm thinking the storage was the marketplace and the marketplace was the storage. Every time I saw the marketplace icon, I was thinking it was the storage icon, and every time I saw the storage icon, I realized that it was the storage icon. So I wasn't realizing that the marketplace icon was the one I was thinking it was. Alright, now, and I'll show y'all in just a second once I get onto a road, so I can be on a steady path way, make it easier on me. Because, you know, as y'all seen from my 2-hour-long Path of Exile stream where I spent 1 hour just talking and absolutely doing nothing, it's easier for me to talk when nothing's going on. But, oh, let me yawn first. Alright. Oh, wow, that yawn actually took everything oh, what I was going to say, when you first become a new player, okay, you see these scrolls up here, okay? The challenge rewards, okay? You get them all the time and all that. Here's the thing about it, okay? You see these right here, these XP boosts and all that. Kitsun recommends saving them. And to some extent, I do too, okay?
Well, I mean, it's up to preference and what your plans are, because if you plan to, like, get to, like, level 60, which is a hard cap, or get to 56 in, like, a day or two, then, yeah, save it until after you hit
keep
50
in
to
mind,
52.
if I'm not mistaken, 85 is the actual level cap. So, like, we're talking about it takes days to get from level 56 to 60, which it does. It takes a lot to get to level that.
Okay, where did you hear about 85 being the actual level cap?
I'm not sure if it's a true level cap, but what first brought me to it, and I was walking on a forum, if you go down to your passive skills, if you look at the very last one, it's 82 or higher, level-wise.
Well, yeah, but who's to say that it can't go higher for some other skill?
It could. What I was reading on a forum, and this forum is like not years old, but like when Black Desert first came out old, they was talking about how the highest skill they saw on there was level for 55. Or 85, my bad. Which, there might be. Like, there legitimately might be. But I'm going to look real quick and see if I can't see any that's, you know, higher.
The highest level in the entire, like, Black Desert game is, like, 61, though, so... on the rankings.
Yeah, but there's skills that require a way higher level.
Yeah. But the highest level right now currently was how much grinding and hardcore, like, non-stop farming people do on here. The highest level is 61.
Yeah.
Just take that into perspective.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. So, like, you know those sweaty nerds who play this game non-stop and stuff like that? Their highest is 61 so far.
Yeah.
Now, nothing to say he didn't get to 61, got bored and made a new character or anything like that, and just no one's past 61 yet. Like, if I had to guess, to get to 61 to 62 will take about 10 days of non-stop grinding. And when I say 10 days...
either that or have a guild with experienced buffs and have a group and go farming in the fight dungeons.
Even with that, I still feel like it will take a shit ton of time. From what I'm reading online, is the soft cap is 50. Okay, and for y'all who don't understand what we're talking about, MMOs do this really weird thing, in my personal opinion, to get people hooked. Because there's a free trial for this game, which I recommend doing that before buying the official game and stuff like that. But if you want to, okay, some people watch my playthrough and just want to buy it. Okay, 7 days free. And the reason for that is the average person can get close to level 50 within that 7 days. Okay? And this is just human nature in general. Okay? When people feel that accomplished, like, man, I'm level 50 so quickly and all that. It makes people want to keep playing the game because they got so much accomplished in such a little amount of time. Okay, so by doing things like that, it will increase your likelihood to want to play it. It will make you feel gratitude for playing it and make you feel accomplished for getting to that level. Me personally, I feel no accomplishment to get to level 56. That's one of the reasons I haven't yet, just because I know 50 is technically the soft cap, but 56 is closer to the soft cap and all that. It's really hard to get to, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, all that being said and everything, the reason they do that is so you feel accomplished and you'll get to it easily. So the soft cap is 51. Well, a lot of MMOs have a bunch of different levels. They have the soft cap, 50. They let me finish, okay? Because this is an MMO thing. Soft cap, okay? They have secondary soft cap, okay, for hardcore grinders. They have the expert cap, or hard cap, technically, and then expert cap. And then they have the sweaty cap, aka what the gaming community from I used to run around will always call the sweaty cap. But it's actually more referred to in the actual gaming for MMO designing. It's referred to as the balance cap, okay? And what that is a soft cap to make you feel good. Okay, secondary soft cap to also make you feel good, but also not feel like your work is for nothing. Okay, and then the hard cap after that, which is 60, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, yeah, 60 is the hard cap, from what I'm hearing on the forums and stuff like that. 60 is the hard cap, and what that does is they make it super hard to level past that point, so you'll be more incentive to go make a new character or spend money or things like that. Now, this game doesn't really have a high pay to win aspect, but their hard cap is also their balance cap. Now, from what I'm reading, okay, from a lot of the forums and a lot of the releases and stuff like that, they've hinted at another overpowered cap, okay, so people can't get too overpowered, at 65. Now, whether or not that's true, I don't know. Whether or not 60 is their overpowered cap, and they make it near impossible. And the reason for that is, so no matter how much you play the game and all that, you will still get to that level eventually. But the XP, it's a form, okay? And, you know, computers work off math forms and stuff like that. And an RPG I used to play would do it like this. And a lot of games do it. A lot of RPG, MMOs, I keep saying RPGs, I mean MMOs. A lot of MMOs do it this way for a simple reason. It's a really good way to make sure that everyone on the server is playable even. The XP gain or requirement is solely based on the percentage of people within your level range. So less people that level overall, the harder it is to get to that level. If everyone playing... Now, I don't know this for sure. I don't know if they have this form set up or not. But if I'm correct, okay, in saying that they have this form, if everyone who plays this game right now all got to level 60, getting from 60 to 65 would be just as easy as getting from 56 to 60. That's, again, if I'm correct on my assumption on how they're doing it. They could have a flat rate or exponential one. If they have an exponential one, then getting to level, you know, max level is, yeah. But if they also have an exponential one, there may be no level cap at all. And if there's no level cap at all, that's actually really cool.
But then that also creates problems for like those who can't keep up, and then those who go past 60 and 61 will have the advantage over others because
again,
that 2 or 3 levels does make a big difference in PvP. So
that's why they do the. That's why a lot of MMOs do the exponential thing, or not exponential, the player-based thing. So like to put it in simplified terms for my viewers and for the person I'm talking to, and I'm actually about to call it quits because I'm starting to get tired. So after I do my marketplace stuff, I know we plan on doing a boss battle, but
okay, that's fine.
We'll do that tomorrow.
That's fine.
Or you can do it tonight without me. I don't mind.
Well, I mean, I have more bosses we can do, so that's fine.
But like I said, I'm getting tired and my voice is starting to crack, and I'm hungry anyway, so I want to go eat. But
Yeah,
to explain this,
fine. We have more bosses we can do.
yeah. To explain this to my viewers and explain this to you kids, let's say we had a server with, or let's say we had a game that only had 10 people on it. Okay, MMO, all people are playing together, right? Well, they all reach a soft cap at roughly the same time, and all that. So let's say for this case, our soft cap is level 5. So they all reach level 5 roughly the same time. 6 of those guys decided to go try out some of the stuff that we have planned, like the life skills and stuff like that. This is what one of the big things this game is designed for, to do this. Alright, you go try out some of the skills and all that after you get past the lost skill, because you're finding it a hard time to get level 6. Okay. Now let's say the other 3 players, okay, start leveling. Now they get on at different times, they play at different weights and stuff like that. So one gets to level 10. One gets to level like 8, and one's only at level 7. Okay, the player that's at level 10 right now will find it because he just hit the overpowered cap. Okay, so make sure he's not too overpowered compared to the rest of his players, and make sure the players still have somewhat of a chance. No other players right now are at level 10, so XP gain is lower, like 1% what it used to be on the soft cap, okay? Well, or 10% because it's a percentage thing based off how many people. Because only 1 person out of 10 is on it. It's only 10% of what normally used to be. Okay? Well, okay, the other 2 guys who are leveling decide they finally go and do it. They get to level 10. He's level 11 by this point and all that. They're all now within the same level group. They are now in the overpowered level group. And most overpowered level groups go in sections of 5 for games like this. Sometimes it's more. If I were to have to personally predict, I would have to guess that this game would probably do in 10s instead of 5s. But it also likes to doing stuff like 56 and 43 and, you know, odd numbers. So it could be anything. Right? So now they are within that group again. So he now finds it's easier to level up because more people are now on that same level group as he is. They are now all gaining XP at 30%. Well, here's the really cool thing about a system like this. Let's say the sweaty guy gets to level 15, okay? And he hits another overpowered cap. He's now gaining XP at 5% of what he normally would. But the other guys, because they are in the one below him, to make sure that, like, and this works for all levels below him 9 times out of 10, with the exception of the soft cap. Soft caps typically aren't changed at all, but this will work for all levels below them as well. The people below him are still at 30%. It's not 35%, so they can catch up quicker to him to make sure that he is not too overpowered compared to the rest of the people. And this keeps going. And if the other people came and joined them at that same level, they would still be gaining XP slower than they did before, but at a bigger rate if all of them are roughly the same level than if some of them are. So new characters, like people making accounts, getting to level like 1 or 2 and then stop playing completely, that will affect the ability to get from level 60 to 70. Again, this is all presuming I have the prediction of this correct. I could be 100% wrong. And as you see, when you stay still for long enough, it goes to the cinematic view. And as you see, there's someone jumping around the roofs there. You can do that if you want to. The dude just being cool.
Kind of reminds me of Mabinogi and how much that game could actually use a system like that, but it doesn't have it.
Yeah. A lot of MMOs have it, but it's something really hard to program, I have found. And for y'all who don't know, also, just personally, I dabble a little bit. I'm learning game design because eventually I do want to make my own MMO. That's why I have strong opinions about it. I study stuff like this. That's why I know stuff like that. And if I'm wrong, please let me know. If you think differently, let me know. But a lot of what I've studied, supports this kind of data. Now, World of Warcraft, if I'm not mistaken, doesn't, and there's other factors that can increase XP and lower XP as well too. There's a lot of things to consider within MMOs, and boy do they hurt your head. And I want to bring this up real quick too, because you're gonna pick your character and all that. This game is what's known as a balanced system of characters, and there's two types of character, or three types of character creation. There's roleplay character creation, where the characters really aren't typically created to be 100% balanced with one another. They're created for roleplay purposes and to keep the immersion alive. Those games are typically more PvE focused than PvP focused. Then there's a full balance system, which this is closely related to. Not all systems are going to fall over just one category. But it's closely related to a balance system where all characters can beat the other character. It's all a matter of skill and level and, weapons and armors. Alright? And then last, which is actually my personal favorite, it's known as the rock, paper, scissors method. Okay? And that's where one character is good against this character, but bad against another. And it makes PvP fun and makes it more dynamic for characters to be able to try new characters. But a lot of PvP systems don't do that because, well, just like in this game, okay, let's say you went to the arena. If I'm not mistaken, you don't have to accept a challenge from anybody you don't want to accept. So you see the person.
If you enter the arena, you're already in PvP mode with everyone in there.
Okay.
And this game already has a rock paper system with the combat in PvP too.
It kind of does, and like I said, no system has a singular system. But from what I've seen, it's closer to a balanced system than it is a rock paper system. But for the most basic things of it, like if you have full rock paper scissors, this character, it would be, you could be 10 levels above this other character, but because he's your weakness or your opposite type, in a way, it would be near impossible for you to fight him. Pokemon is the biggest supporter of the rock paper system method, with a very low balancing system.
I mean, that would kind of like make it really hard to even do Node Wars or anything like that, though.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why this game doesn't have that. But it's always been my